People, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning in each and every time. It's always appreciated, as you lot already know. Now, in relation to my player ratings for the Premier League season across the campaign, I would like to speak about Rob Holding. Now, for me, it's a 4 out of 10. I haven't been convinced with Rob Holding. I'm not going to get on his back because he's had a massive injury, people. You never know truly what that takes out of you and things like that. So I'm prepared to discount a lot. I'm still retaining faith in Rob Holding. I think he can be a competent centre half, not fullback, competent centre half at some level. That being said, I do injury or no injury, there are some things that have frustrated me this season, and I think, you know, we signed him a couple of years ago, 2016. It's now 2022, and again, he has shown he can be consistent. He has had some good games, you know. Before he got the lengthy injury, he was bossing it before that United game. So I do think he's got the quality. He stood up to be counted in an FA Cup final, you know. He has been a decent signing for 2 million. But that being said, as much as I believe in Holding, you don't know me. I'm, you know, at the Emirates, I'm singing that song the loudest. He's better than Cannavaro, Rob Holding. You know, I'm banging that song out, people. I'm banging it out. I genuinely feel he has the ability to get called up by England. I'm not saying he's going to be first name on the team sheet, but if Michael Keane can get called up, I don't think there's a reason why Holding can't. But, you know, he's making me look silly now, and I feel silly even saying that to myself because he's not playing in the standard. Like I said, he's made 22 appearances this season. You know, you have to take away 5 because that 5 are in the reserve team. You know, he's made 4 appearances in the FA Cup, 8 in the Premier League, 3 in the Europa, and 2 in the Cup, and things like that. So he hasn't been, you know, he hasn't been poor. He was decent against Sheffield United actually in the FA Cup, and he's only made 8 appearances, so we don't have a big pool. And again, he's had a big injury. But that being said, there are certain things, you know, I'd expect to see a better standard. Like for me, speed of thought, you know, you've been when you first year, second year and a half to a degree, you're just being exposed to first team football. But there's some things I expect someone that has made, you know, let me actually find that, people. He's made 77 appearances for Arsenal now. There's so, like, you've been exposed enough. There are certain naiveties in his play I thought would have been polished out, and I think he can only, with injury or not, you can take responsibility. One thing I like about him is he tries to play difficult passes, but there's a time and a place. You look at one of the goals we conceded against Watford in the final game. It comes from he's trying to do the hard pass. You know, there's 2 men from Watford willing to intercept it. If it gets through, it's a mad pass. If not, it happens, you know. Mistakes will happen playing out from the back, but it's just stupid mistakes. It's stuff like that. The week before, aimlessly charging out of defence. You know, there's been times, I swear he pulled Son a couple of years ago down in the penalty box. You know, at times I don't think he's unaware completely of runners and what's on his shoulders. There's certain naiveties in his game that I feel that they frustrate me a lot, and they're very frustrating because they should be polished. I'm not saying they need to be perfect, but I should see some progress. You don't look dramatically a better player than when you walked in, as much as I like him. He is a better player, but I have to call a spade a spade. Like I said, he's made 77 appearances. You know, charging out, he's had an injury, but aimlessly charging out with the ball and losing it from the back, playing the difficult pass, not being aware of your runners, are all things Rob Holding can control of his own. And admittedly, you know, like Lacazette, with the way Holding's playing, I want to keep Holding. I think there's a decent centre half in there, but doing the maths, you know, 24 now, ain't really kicked on to that standard. He's had good bouts of form, but not really been of the standard of sorts. You know, we signed him for 2 million. You can grab a 15, 20. He's homegrown, so we'll keep him, and he's contracted until 2023. So at this moment in time, if somebody, I'm the most open to selling him, you know, and I'm Rob Holding FC, you know, I'm a big fan of Holding, but I have to call a spade a spade. He makes some very rash decisions. He invites a lot of pressure on our defence. He plays extremely naive at times. I think he bossed it again. Well, did he play? Yeah, he bossed it against Sheffield, and he played well against Southampton in his time. Let me actually check he's played Southampton, because I've gone through my notes and I've said, based on my notes, that he's played Southampton. I could be worse in that. Yeah, he did play against Southampton. He was all right in that game. You know, as a team, we all could have collectively defended better against Brighton. But I just don't think yeah, man, he just looks, I don't know if it's the injury, but I don't think the injury plays a part. I just think the speed of thought needs to be there. So in his 8 games, I'm giving him a 4 out of 10. There's been more kind of dodgy games than good ones, you know, but there is quality in that centre half. It's just about being consistent. On that note, though, I'm going to get out of here. People, it's always a pleasure. DG.